totally disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. One day Doc walked in and Wayne was in a complete mess, covered in pieces. He said, "I'll do this, Sally." I said, "No, you won't, you're the doctor." He said, "Doesn't matter, I'm here because I care." Yes. And that's exactly
surely it's time that if this investigation goes ahead, they also investigate the people making complaints to see what they're doing.
I wouldn't like us to get into personalities in any way, shape or form, but if you have a complaint with any service as a customer, as a consumer, it is your right, in some cases your duty, to make that concern known. Hello, darling.
Hello, darling. Hello. My name is Pat, and I'm sorry I'm not going to stand up. I also lost my husband about 6 years ago, but I can remember one night ringing Paul because Ron had had a major stroke. By the time Paul had got there, I had got Ron into the bathroom because he had lost all control, bowel, bladder. I mean, I had to wash ceilings and walls and goodness only knows what. Paul got there and I had Ron in the bathroom, and Paul walked in and he said, "Pat, get out." And I said, "I can't." I said, "He's my husband and I have got to clean him up." He said, "No, you don't." I walked out and I got some clean clothes for Ron and I heard the shower going. And I opened the bathroom door and there was Paul giving Ron a shower. He dried him, he put clean underclothing on him, and then Paul literally picked my husband up like a babe in arms and he carried him back to his bed. That is dedication.
I'm Rhonda. I love my brother Noel. A little while ago, he was having pains in the chest, early hours in the morning. He rang his doctor. Within minutes, he said what he had wrong with him. He said, "Look, no, you've got a few more, after half an hour, ring me back." He rang back, he said, "Yes, Paul, I've got pains." Within 5 minutes, he was there. Just like that, as he always is. Whether it's weld in his eyes, whether it's a pain in the bum or whatever, he's there. No questions asked, he was there.
20 to 4 in the morning.
He sat there, come here. He sat with him for a couple of hours. He took blood tests. He took an ECG, nothing showed up. He was still concerned. He said, "I want to see you at my surgery in the morning." He got there, he took more bloods, put a cannula in his arm. He did everything else no other doctor would do other than Paul. Now, that's all right. Not only then did that happen, he was then sent to the Scottsdale hospital, and what did they do? The same bloody thing that the doctors had already done, that Dr McGinity had already done, they did at the hospital. My mum and I, she was a bit distressed, I thought I'll get her out of the situation. We went to the LGH thinking we'll be there by the time they got there. Can you imagine our thoughts that we were thinking when he was so long getting there? A friend of Virginia's, his wife, was there. She'd come. And I said, "Something's happening, something is happening. He should be here." She said, "Rhonda, don't think bad thoughts." I work at the hospital. Why? I got there in about 38 minutes to the LGH, and they took ages and ages and ages. I even brought a bread roll. My mother's a diabetic, thinking she's got to eat. And the bad thoughts were still thinking. When I pulled when I saw the ambulance pulled up, I was so pleased. And when I saw him and he took his mask off, I'm thinking, at least he's still alive. Why did it take so long for him to get there? When I left, we went knowing, thinking, I was hoping that I would get there at the same time as the ambulance got there. And we were there before 12 o'clock. And we waited another hour and 20 minutes before they got there. That is not right. Our doctor is the most dedicated, caring, professional, competent doctor this North East has ever had. I don't care what they say, what policies they make, but it's all political. It is political. I don't care what they say. I have been at that doctor's surgery when other people have been sent from Dr McGinity's surgery straight to the LGH. So why is my brother an exception? I could have lost my brother. I've only got 2 brothers and I love them both dearly. It should not be political to put people's lives in jeopardy just for vendettas against a doctor.
They said it's protocol for the ambulance to return to Scottsdale Hospital. Well, after I come out of hospital and that, from my heart attack, it's probably 7 or 8 days, the ambulance was at Victoria Street practice for quite a while, and it went straight to Launceston. Why didn't go by to the North Eastern Suburbs Memorial Hospital?
It's political.
The same as what I had to.
It's all political.
So you tell me, is it a vendetta against Dr McGinity?
Yes, it
It was
is.
openly signed on medical council.
Hang on, Brad. Hang on. Thanks. Brady.
I would say this, the one word for that man, he's a legend. Now, I usually got a lot of gift for the gab, but 12 years ago, he diagnosed me with the big C. Within 2 weeks, I was in LGH, had it out, and on the Saturday afternoon, who stands at the foot of my bed? Dr McGinity, on his Saturday afternoon off. Now, that's all I'm going to say. We should have bronze medal up here for him, I think, on Main Street. That man is a legend. I don't care what.
I'm Kate Scott. My father and mother have recently passed away. My brother passing away 3 weeks ago. I was one that Mr McGinity come to the door on a Saturday morning telling me that Dr McGinity couldn't treat my father in his last hours of his time. Luckily my father was given that wish and Dr McGinity came to his bedside on the last couple of hours that he passed away, and I'd just like to thank him for that, and my whole family would like to.
Greg Vandersloot from Derby. Earlier on someone mentioned, phoning the Premier, the Labor politicians. Don't bother, they don't even have the decency to return your calls. You get a phone call from one of their secretaries, or whatever it might be, that states that due to the fact that the Tasmanian Medical Council is an independent statutory body, quote, they can do nothing. Well, let me tell you this. Phone the Minister, not the Minister, the Health Commissioner for Complaints. They will send you the official Ombudsman's complaint form, because the Monday the 29th, 30th anyway, when I finally got through to someone that would speak to me about the matter, they didn't think they had any sort of, what would you call it, authority to do any of the investigation. They said they'd call me back.